Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I got a bunch of DC updates for you today. But before we get into that, I have to thank my newest members of the Ping Pong Flix Show. Thank you so much to Jimmy Howley. Are you from Hawaii? And Charles Whitman. Thank you to you too. Thank you so much for joining as members of the Ping Pong Flix family. And I hope you've seen the latest community post. If you haven't, please do so. I'm going to be picking the winner of the random prize drawing for the Man of Steel tin can. So, but thank you so much to all the members and to all the rest of the subscribers as well. Thank you so much for joining in. All right, for this Aloha Friday, let's get into the main topics. The first topic of the day is there is a new Batwoman Season 2 trailer that I want to share with you right here. I'm kind of worried about, copyright music, but I am definitely going to share with you the visuals of this. And if you would like to see the actual trailer itself, the link is in the description below. It doesn't tell you much if you haven't seen season 1 like I have. I haven't seen season 1, so I have no idea what's going on. All I know is there is a new Batwoman, and that's her 17th. I don't know. Hopefully I have enough time to watch, just binge Batwoman season 1, so that I can know what happens in Batwoman season 2. So, but that's not all the different CW updates today. The next one is there's a new Superman and Lois poster. Yeah, it's kind of a slow day, but there are some major drops, but the beginning was kind of slow. Superman and Lois, there is a new poster. Superman and Lois, he's not the only one that can save the world, of course, because it's Superman and Lois, not just Superman. Though, being a Superman fan, I hope it's not Lois over Superman, and they are like even or along the lines like Lois and Clark. I hope this is going to be a new adventures of Lois and Clark, the one with Terry Hatcher and Dean Cain, but we'll have to see. Superman Lois premieres Tuesday, February 23rd. Like I said before in the previous video, the suit is awesome. I really dig the suit, how it just, it accentuates his muscles better, and it looks way more fitting. And I think hopefully, I know I get it, there might not translate to a good story, but I'm hoping now it will. I hope now that it's a Superman show. He's definitely going to be the important superhero here, the defender of the earth here, and not like in Supergirl where he kind of says, "You're now the defender of the earth." I'm like, well, you're Superman. So hopefully, because it's a full Superman show, it will be a good one. And so I have, hopes for that indeed. All right, but that's not all. There's more series coming, but not only on the CW. This one is about Peacemaker. Apparently, there's potential new characters that are coming to the Peacemaker show. This is exclusive from the Illuminati. New Peacemaker casting call indicates potential roles for some classic DC Comics characters. So at the Illuminati, they're bringing us exclusive information about 2 characters who will play a role in Peacemaker. The first one is Sarge Steel. Yeah, casting is currently underway for a male in their 50s to 60s to play a character named Myrn. Myrn is strong, tough, a true leader. Their guess for Myrn is Sarge Steel. So that's the first character. I'm not really familiar with these older DC characters, so I'm not sure, but it looks like something that would probably match that Peacemaker tone. The second character that they've learned is Judo Master. So another really quirky looking villain, but from back then. So it's kind of like it's the same tone as Peacemaker, I guess. This is the other character that they think in the source material. The original Judo Master was an American soldier who was taught the art of judo after he rescued the daughter of a Pacific Island chief. So that is another character that could possibly be in this story here. So we'll have to wait and see about that. Now, in terms of HBO Max, apparently there's been productive conversations with Roku, as we all know. It's available on Amazon Fire now, which is really cool. But there's a lot of people who have Roku as their device, and it will be great to add that app over to Roku. So hopefully that happens. But, according to HBO Max exec Jason Kilar, there have been productive conversations with Roku. Kilar shared this with Variety. We do respect each other, and we are having productive conversations. He does have optimism that something gets done. And just last month, the Roku CFO, Steve Luden, I think that's how you say his name, said this: "We generally don't talk about where we're at in deals, but we continue to talk to folks, and our goal is to have all the content on there. Similar to the Peacock situation, we're not always first, but we've got a very good idea of what the market is and how much value we can create. We've got the biggest, most engaged user base in the US. And so hopefully we can get a deal done." And I think with the announcement of all those movies coming straight to HBO Max, that should solidify, maybe even put a stronger emphasis on trying to get it on Roku. And so hopefully, I don't know, it doesn't look like it may happen when Wonder Woman 1984 comes out, but we can really hope and see if that could be the case. I mean, I don't have a problem. I have Amazon Fire. I also have Roku. But for people who are just mainly Roku and they can't afford any other devices or things like that, it would be a great thing if they could actually put it on Roku. So hoping for that, but also need it international as well. International, please, because there's a lot of international DC fans out there. All right, speaking about HBO Max, and Wonder Woman 1984 is going to come out on HBO Max. We're already thinking about the sequel, right? In terms of Patty Jenkins, there's everybody's having interviews with her, essentially a virtual press junket right now, and they're asking her questions about Wonder Woman 1984, but they're also asking for beyond Wonder Woman 1984 as well. Now, I know yesterday it was revealed that she was actually going to direct Rogue Squadron. I don't know what year that is, but she's definitely going over to Star Wars to start to make that. So when will Wonder Woman 3 be on about? And this is before, I think this was before that reveal, but Patty Jenkins is rethinking Wonder Woman 3 in light of recent events. Now, this may be something that we've kind of discussed before, but it sounded like she was rethinking the story in order to just be more recent times, have a story that's around recent times. But I don't know, I'm going to read you these comments, and to me it's starting to feel like it may not happen anytime soon. So this is coming from, well, I'm grabbing this from comicbookmovie.com, but it's actually from Cinema Blend. So, but I could not find the tweet with Cinema Blend on it, but I'm going to read you this comment anyway. At the very least, Jenkins says she'll be waiting and giving herself some time before she makes a decision on whether to potentially make Wonder Woman 3. She said this on the Real Blend podcast, and this is reported by Cinema Blend. "I actually came up with a story, and Jeff Johns and I beat out an entire story for Wonder Woman 3 that we were super fired up about. But I've never felt this way before as much as I do now. I don't think I'm doing it next, and so I sort of have to wait and see where we are in the world." It's interesting. What I wanted to talk about in this film was very prescient to what I was feeling, and what you were feeling was coming. So now I'm not sure. So much has changed in the world. I still love the story that we came up with. I'm sure that parts of it would come over to it, but I'm trying to say, don't decide. Don't fall in love with anything. See, what would Wonder Woman do now? What are you craving Wonder Woman to do in this world? And so I get the point that we have to be in present time and things like that. And she wants to try to combine that. I don't know if that would be good, or, I mean, there are movies being made right now that could possibly be present time movies, but I don't know how much of this whole pandemic and this reality is being sought into the thing. So I'm wondering what is exactly going on with Wonder Woman 3 in her story. I mean, she definitely could do the Amazon spinoff, because that's between 84 and 3. So and it's hard to say what really. I'm just trying to picture her thinking about, maybe it's in lieu of what is happening in DC right now. Maybe she's not sure where DC is the direction they're going with, and it's possible they're waiting for Wonder Woman 1984 before giving her the go-ahead for Wonder Woman 3. I would think, but I did report that WarnerMedia wants her to make Wonder Woman 3. Is she kind of upset about the HBO Max deal? Maybe she's kind of hemming and hawing. She's going over Rogue Squadron. And after all, these directors come back and forth. Creators, Jay Oliva made stuff for Marvel, made stuff for DC, and making stuff for video games. They're not really exclusive unless they sign an exclusive deal. Then I don't know. But I can imagine it's like James Gunn. He's been able to do the Suicide Squad, and he's also doing Guardians of the Galaxy. So there will be enough time to create this stuff. So I'm really wondering where her mind's at, and maybe we'll have a clue about that when we finally get to watch Wonder Woman 1984. But speaking about Wonder Woman 1984, this is interesting, and I think your guys gonna like this if you're a BVS fan. But apparently, Wonder Woman 1984 will include a track from Batman v Superman. And this is, I'm going to change it right there. The Zack Snyder Bible have pulled this out. It's coming from the Real Blend podcast interview. Wonder Woman 1984 will use the Beautiful Lie track from Batman v Superman. So I'm going to play you this clip right now, and then we'll discuss this.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love that. And the second one, I'm sure you've already talked about it, but was the BVS score that popped in there at one point as well, which I loved. And again, that's like from because I'm a huge Snyder fan. I love Man of Steel. I love Batman vs Superman. That's the unrated cut as well. But dropping that in like that, because that's from the opening of BVS and kind of Batman's theme as well. So talk about using that specifically too.
Same thing. We cut to it when we were editing. And then same thing where Hans was like, but I wrote that song for this universe. So why aren't we using it? That's what you do with themes. He's like, themes and things you can change. Why? Let's just use it. And so same thing where it was so perfect and we cut to the rhythm of it exactly. So then it was just, it was great. It was true. It's like, yeah, that's what we're the DC universe. We should reuse great themes.
Patty, I scream.
Awesome.
So what's interesting there, she said that they used that scene and Hans, or that song rather, Beautiful Lie, and Hans said that, he wrote that song for this universe. So there's two things there. One, why are they using Beautiful Lie in Wonder Woman 1984? That is interesting because that is essentially that is for Batman. That's for Ben Affleck's Batman. I think that's the beginning of the movie where you go through, his parents' death. Thomas Wayne dies, Martha Wayne dies, and it goes through a funeral, and then Bruce Wayne gets drops down into the hole and then sees bats, and so all that is the Beautiful Lie soundtrack. Why is that in Wonder Woman 1984? I feel that is kind of interesting. Are they insinuating that it could be? I mean, I'm just going to go with this. Just like Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman starts off in the present time, and Gal finds, Bruce helps her finds the picture once again. Right, and then he goes, and it just goes time travels, not time travel, but she flashes back into the past, and then we talk about the first Wonder Woman film, right? And then at the end of that, it shoots back into the present where she thanks Bruce and whatever, and that's it. So I'm thinking, are we going to have that same notion that Wonder Woman 1984 will start off in the present time, possibly with Ben Affleck, Batman, or even insinuating that he's helping out with something else or something? I'm just kind of curious the usage of the Beautiful Lie. And then maybe there's another theory, is that because this is in the 80s and we're not really quite sure what Ben Affleck's Batman, when Bruce Wayne says, 20 years in Gotham, like what is the current time that when was an actual time that his parents died? And you can't argue the Excalibur theatrical sign is there, and you can start doing the math for that. But is that part of that too? Is that something, because it's in the 80s, that will kind of capture that as well within the film? Either way, it's interesting that she's utilizing that song. And also when Hans was like, I wrote that song for this universe. So for anybody, so in terms of Hans Zimmer, he believes Wonder Woman 1984 is within the same universe as Batman v Superman. And so for anybody who even further, since Patty Jenkins says that she wants to not contradict Zack Snyder, even more so, I believe that this movie is going to end up that leads into Batman v Superman. So I think that's cool for all the fans who are wondering about whether or not the Wonder Woman 1984 connects to Batman v Superman, Man of Steel. Is it going to contradict anything? Apparently so. There's two evidences right now. Hans Zimmer saying is this universe. Patty Jenkins saying that she doesn't want to contradict Zack Snyder. She probably used creative liberties and style, but essentially it's still within the same universe. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But another way to solidify that fact even further, that Zack Snyder is okay with Wonder Woman 1984, and is the producer of Wonder Woman 1984. Zack Snyder is apparently attending the Wonder Woman 1984 virtual world premiere. He tweeted this out. There's going to be a Wonder Woman 1984 virtual world premiere at DC Fandom, December 15th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, dcfandom.com. I cannot wait for this. I think this actually means we're getting to watch the movie together at DC Fandom. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be like a virtual red carpet or we're going to have some things over the event or actually watching the movie itself. I'm not quite sure. But Zack Snyder did tweet this out. So proud to be a part of this. At Patty Jenkins, at Gal Gadot. He's going to be there at the world premiere of Wonder Woman 1984. So that in itself is exciting. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be bringing anything? Is he going to be talking about any further? Are we going to have some more reveals over at this another something's coming out again at DC Fandom? I'm truly excited. I can't wait to be there. I'll definitely, I don't know if I can stream whatever I'm seeing, but I'm definitely will probably stream my reactions to this because I want to kind of enjoy this with you guys. I just want to, it's like being in a virtual theater with you guys, if any case. And so I hope that's the case for this. And I really am super, super, super excited for this virtual world premiere of Wonder Woman 1984. I am truly excited. All right. So there's something, since we're talking about Zack Snyder now, okay, this came up late in the day. And it's something that usually, big news like this drops like on Monday, but they dropped it today for some reason. So I'm really, intrigued by the reaction or what happens next week. What I'm talking about is that WarnerMedia has reported to many trades and released this out to many trades today, this afternoon, is that Justice League, WarnerMedia says it's concluded its investigation. And there's nothing else in that other than there's going to be remedial action taken, right? So I'm serious. It doesn't say anything more than that. There's nothing more than that. All it says is WarnerMedia's investigation to the Justice League movie has concluded and remedial action has been taken. The statement reads. It's unclear what the remedial action entails, and WarnerMedia declined to give further details when pressed by Variety, right? And this is all because of the whole, when WarnerMedia launched an investigation into the DC Comics movie because of Ray Fisher, he publicly accused filmmaker Joss Whedon and producers Jeff Johns and John Berg of misconduct on the set. And, I've been covering it for a while now. So this is the biggest update and was actually sent to all the trades for them to report it on this Friday afternoon. So what comes from it, I don't know. But definitely Ray Fisher did had something to say about this. Ray Fisher tweeted out, "The following was relayed to me on behalf of WarnerMedia at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. The investigation of Justice League is now complete. It has led to remedial action, some we've seen, on some that is still to come. And the statement, which truly belongs to all who participated in the investigation, WarnerMedia appreciates you having the courage to come forward and assist the company with creating an inclusive and equitable work environment for its employees and partners. There are still conversations that need to be had and resolutions that need to be found. Thank you for all your support and encouragement on this journey. We are on our way. More soon. Accountability over entertainment. So definitely, it's to me, this message from Ray Fisher, it sounds promising. It sounds like it sounds promising, and it sounds like they're really doing something about it. And maybe, we don't know, because Ray Fisher hasn't revealed. There may be more stuff that he found out about what happened during this investigation. So we're going to find out. Hopefully we'll find out, or it could be just skirted under. We don't know. It's going to be handled privately. That could be a possibility. What comes from this? I have no idea, but I can't wait to find out if anything does. I don't know, maybe next week, or maybe after, because Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out, and I don't think they want too much bad press, if you will, or bad publicity. So I think maybe after Wonder Woman 1984 comes out, and then we'll find out more if anything else comes out of this Justice League investigation. But it is concluded. WarnerMedia is done with the investigations, and let's find out what they do with their findings and what type of remedial actions are they actually referring to, if they will reveal anything at all. So that is pretty much it for today. Let's go on to the Ping Pong Flix members' questions. By the way, I apologize. There's a lot of kids out there. All the cousins came from overseas, and they're having ice cream and things like that in the background. So I apologize with all the noise. But I'm going to get to the Ping Pong Flix members' questions. Like I said, if you want to be included, just comment if you're a member, and join down as a member down below, and then comment in the recent video your question or comment, anything, and then I'll read it on air. All right, so the first comment comes from Wonder Woman 1984. Will land Wonder Woman into BVS at the end of the movie. The images and videos Lex Luthor has will be images caught on video cameras during the movie. The connection will be made in 84. Bigly. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Let's find out. But that's an interesting comment there. Wonder Woman will land Wonder Woman into. Oh wait. So this is coming from Michael Serlo Matlier. My Wonder Woman 1984 will land Wonder Woman into BVS at the end of the movie. The images and videos Lex Luthor has will be images caught on video cameras during the movie. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that would happen, but that would be kind of funny to have it connect that way into BVS. Jonathan Mueller, I have a feeling we can't get another trailer of Zack Snyder's Justice League until its release. We got the teaser trailer, and this is it. Well, we don't know. And you know what? Even that's fine enough for a lot of us, because we really want to be kind of surprised on twists and shocked with whatever comes out. And if that's it, that's it. But I have a feeling it may not be it. So let's wait and find out. I think in terms of marketing, I think HBO Max would probably put more out. They tend to do that and hyping things up, especially when it's about to be released. And that's just marketing in general. I think they're definitely probably going to be more coming out for that. Frank Dabrowski, good day, mate. Chris, always informative, learning, relaxing, superb experience to watch and listen to your show. Been on an extended 17-day Thanksgiving leading into Christmas holiday season over nieces Riley, Aiden, also known as Harley Quinn Jr., nephews Chase, Connor, brother Keith, wife Tracy. A lot of catching up to do with your show. Oh, excuse me. Looking forward to it. Stay gritty, healthy, and outbreak free to you and your family. Love to you all. Love to you guys all as well. And yes, happy holidays indeed. Thank you so much for trying to catch up. But thank you so much. Chan Samaru, what if the Wonder Woman 1984 post-credit scene is Man of Steel BVS Black Zero event from Diana's POV in the respect that she kept tabs on Clark and Bruce the entire time? I might even go far as to say maybe the scene could find a way to wash away Justice League entirely. That could be the Flashpoint theory folks had. Huh. Yeah, that would be pretty epic if it's her witnessing those events. I think that would be pretty. I mean, I could certainly see it kind of. Maybe it's like a what do you call it? It's like several scenes of her going through stages as it gets closer to BVS. That's interesting. I really like that. I don't know about the wash away Justice League theory. but I definitely the first one, Sean. I think that sounds like something that would be pretty cool to experience. Doobie, I don't intend to get my hopes up for Xmas. I'd rather be wrong than disappointed. This is almost like San Diego Comic-Con 18, people hyping themselves up, and I'm like, it's not happening, people. It's a wonder we didn't burn ourselves out. Don't read, or do you use your discretion? Doobie, I did read it, and I forgot to look through for people who want me not to read things, but I definitely read that. But you know what? Yeah, it's only Grace saying it. I don't think anybody else has said that. So keep your I would say keep your expectations low. If anything, it's just going to be Wonder Woman 1984. Then again, we're going to have your world premiere, like I said, at DC Fandom. Danny Gray, imagine end credit scene. It's Diana and Steve Trevor are together doing whatever. Then all of a sudden, bang, lightning, sparks flying, and then Barry appears in and tells Diana she's needed. He's coming. He's here. Then that will tie into the Flash movie somehow, or into Zack Snyder's Justice League when it was reported the League was defeated at first and Barry had to run back in time to get the team back. That will be epic, the biggest tease lead up to Zack Snyder's Justice League. I never thought about that. Having Flash just show up for either the Flash movie or Zack Snyder's Justice League. That would be, that's post-credit scene, like MCU type or whatever. If it's something big and they really want to hint and even tease the next big DC movie that's coming out, which is Zack Snyder's Justice League, that would be it. That would be, I'm pretty sure there's many different ways, but that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, Key, tinfoil hat theory. Before the Man of Steel watch party announcement, I felt that the post-credit scene Wonder Woman 1984 was supposed to tie into Zack Snyder's Justice League and be the official announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League. But with COVID, Zack Snyder changed the plan. In addition, Wonder Woman 1984 kept pushing back, but never went into 2021 because it needed to precede Zack Snyder's Justice League and the teasers leading up to its release. Also, I'd like to see the post-credit scene to the Amazonians reacting to the Mother Box coming alive at the same time that Superman dies in BVS. The Amazonians decide to fire the arrow into the world. From there, Zack Snyder's Justice League starts with Wonder Woman finding the arrow and beginning a history lesson. Yeah, that's cool. I think that it will be really cool if it ties into Zack Snyder's Justice League like the others have said. I don't know how long it is. I'm wondering how. That'd be pretty nuts if it's a substantial post-credit scene. But yeah, that could definitely happen. In terms of marketing, that just makes sense, unless we get a trailer or something teasing into the far future. Not that far future, actually, a few months into Zack Snyder's Justice League. Eric Blake. Hey, Chris, in this same comments section, a viewer named Mario Rowe has an idea I personally love. One of the secret Wonder Woman 1984 post-credit scene is Diana at the funeral of Clark, where she goes to Lois and talks with her. Considering how the audience has just seen the second time Diana's had to lose the man she loves, it would be some more beautiful setup for their bond. Perhaps it ends with Diana starting to tell Lois what we hear in the opening narration of Wonder Woman 1, I used to want to save the world. Anyway, the whole idea of Patty having a post-credit scene in Wonder Woman 1984 amid her expressed desire to adhere to Zack's vision really makes me wish that Mother Box scene on the Wonder Woman DVD Blu-ray was a post-credit scene in the actual film. I remember that. Yeah, I think that would have been a cool post-credit scene in the actual film to tie into back then. But whatever, it is what it is, and it happened the way it happened. But yeah, like I said, I don't know what the post-credit that. We'll take any suggestion for, or any theory for post-credit scenes so far, because anything could really happen about that. But Eric Blake, by the way, congratulations, your gal Amy Adams, Enchanted 2, man, Enchanted 2. They didn't call it Enchanted. I think it's Disenchanted or something. Lego Dinosaur. What if Wonder Woman end credit scene connects to the Flash? Someone just said that. I like that as well. So there's multiple ways it could connect to another movie, and I think, being in that it may be a big thing because she hid that. She didn't put in the press screening. Maybe it's a big deal. And what big deal, to me, a big deal would be like it ties into something else bigger, right? It's not just a throwaway joke or something. I think it might be something substantial. Yes, Chris, I'm absolutely excited that DCEU is once again centering around Zack's arc and now fully following his lead. My favorite line from Patty's interview, all of us DC directors tossed Justice League out. certainly makes sense. And if I may, Birds of Prey has its synopsis, as will you recall, that it takes place in a Gotham without Batman. From Zack's JL, and where is the Gotham Bat? The masked vigilante is a no-show. So I'm with those speculating that it takes place just before JL1, when Bruce is looking for Arthur, etc., and growing a beard. And of course, as Momoa noted, Aquaman takes off of the end of Zack's cut. And we have Patty noting she was following Zack's lead with Wonder Woman 1984, and I'm increasingly convinced that what Gal Gadot said about the changing landscape was about Patty doing John's free reshoots in anticipation of Snyder Cut release. The future is looking very bright indeed. Yeah, I don't know if all that, that was interesting in changing landscape. And that just the amount of time they had from from when it was supposed to release to now, there is a lot of time to fix it up. But I don't know if it's enough time to do reshoots or things like that. I don't know. That is intriguing. That is interesting. But like you, I am surprised she made those comments, and it gives me great comfort that Zack's Snyder's cut, the Justice League, will be placed in place of, because once you take something out, you got to put something back in, and if you take out Justice League, you got to put Justice League in, right? So I think that's what's happening. George, good to see Patty finally talking about Justice League. She has been very diplomatic up until now, understandably so. A true professional like Zack, no bad mouthing anyone, but she did throw the movie under the bus, then crashed another 5 buses into it. Now in that interview with Sean, I am eager to find out what this Warner Brothers secret project is. And by the time you read this out, we will know what it is and how many of Disney's major motion picks are going to Disney Plus, as is their big Investors Day meeting. We'd love to hear what you think, as you might have already got this information or surprised or not, depending on what it is. We don't know what the Warner Brothers secret project is, but we do know all those Disney Plus things. Now, I didn't get to look at all the Marvel stuff, but I know there's like Captain Marvel 2. What else is there? Like Loki, all these shows, which is expansive, and that's awesome. They're really confident in their projects, and they just launched it out. What I'm really shocked at and surprised at was Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan. Was a Star Wars fan. Actually, my interest in Star Wars dipped after the Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker went downhill. But when it came to when they revealed, Mandalorian is awesome. So I love Mandalorian, and my interest was slowly creeping up. But I was like, that's it, right? But then look what they announced. They announced Ahsoka. They announced Rogue Squadron, like I just mentioned. They announced probably the biggest, Hayden Christensen is coming back as Anakin Skywalker in an Obi-Wan Kenobi series with Ewan McGregor. How crazy is that? Like, Revenge of the Sith to me is just, I don't know if it's underrated, but I truly like that one, especially the final battle. So it's great to see them back. But a lot of that Star Wars stuff, even Andor, because it's Captain Cassian Andor, and just all the different, and I'm trying to remember all the different ones, but there was so much. The Acolyte. There was so much Star Wars. I'm like, man, maybe I should create a Star Wars channel, but I don't know. I don't know if I have time to do that or not, or plug it into this one and have like. Someone mentioned Grayson. I think a fan named Grayson says you should call it Pew Pew Flix. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, but definitely it was a lot of cool stuff that came out of that Disney Plus, the Star Wars one. I love all of that. So, but thank you so much for the comment and question, or just comments. Brandon Hayes. Oh, I think it's going to be a long one. Great theories on Wonder Woman 1984. I also have a theory about the film. Maybe the entire film is a dream sequence, or perhaps the cosmic reset button gets pressed and wipes away everybody's memory. We'll see, because unless it's one of those things, the entire movie contradicts BVS. Patty Jenkins has lit the match of publicly rejecting Justice League. Both Patty and Joe Manganiello have all been quiet up until now, but it's obvious what was happening over the past 4 years. There was or still is a civil war happening within Warner Brothers Pictures leadership since 2016. Someone at Warner Brothers Pictures gave Jeff Johns too much power. Now, 4 years and 5 films later, AT&T forcibly stepped in by putting their foot down, overruling Warner Brothers Picture plans and making Toby Emmerich call Snyder. And in between all that time that passed from 2016 up until now, the cast and production crew who were emotionally invested in Snyder and Ayer's original vision were hurt, abused, threatened, publicly embarrassed, sidelined, careers completely derailed too. Others were forced to just outright jump ship and moved on to other things because this talk of Ben coming back, the Deathstroke revelations, the Ray Fisher accusations, investigation, the Zack Snyder reshoots, it's all undermining any kind of excitement anticipation for the Matt Reeves film. His film maybe end up being good, but we all want to see more of the ass-kicking older Batman we saw in BVS. We didn't ask for a skinny young Batman Bruce Wayne who sports an emo boy haircut. Oh my goodness. I guess part of the issue is this. After the Snyder Cut hits and dominates the internet and becomes all the rage, will the AT&T leadership want Warner Brothers Pictures to just outright admit that they screwed up 4 years ago by giving too much power to a person like Jeff Johns, who had zero experience with movie making or franchise building in the first place? Is AT&T trying to regain and win back the trust of the fans during this pandemic by releasing the Snyder Cut? We can all agree that Warner Brothers Pictures just stayed the course with no deviations, that the DCEU would be in a much better place right now. David Ayer's film should never have been tampered with. That Joker film should have been Jared Leto's movie. Instead, they chose to give Margot all the pub while sidelining Jared completely in the most disrespectful way. Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill shouldn't have made a fool of the way were either. Showing Ben out of shape and damaging Henry Cavill's image and possibly his career too with the mustache nonsense was just wrong on so many levels. And we all know what happened to Ray Fisher was just a crime. The only people who got by unscathed with their dignity, image, and career still intact have been Ezra Miller, Gal Gadot, Margot Robbie, and Jason Momoa. I'm sure as time passes, we will learn more about hidden truths. So let's see what Warner Brothers does after the Snyder Cut hits. We'll all get very interesting after 6 months. Restore the Snyderverse. Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's I don't know how much more I can add to that other than that we're not. I mean, some people's, I've been talking to people and like Henry Cavill is not over. Ben Affleck may come back, and so I'm gonna cross my fingers and be optimistic that they're definitely still going to continue on with that. And like I said, like you said, Patty Jenkins' comments on that, it does sound like they are still revolving it around Zack's continuity, albeit creative difference, creative liberties in the style and stuff like that. So, but we'll wait and see. I don't think they're going to come out and apologize. I totally think it's going to be done privately. Although, as this video, if you're hearing this, you probably already seen the part where WarnerMedia said they concluded the Justice League investigations and will have remedial actions. So, very intrigued by that. All right, last comment of the day. Amparo, HBO Max Christmas surprise. Tenet. What an irony would that be? Yeah, that is supposed to come out on HBO Max. I don't know when. If they said it's gonna show up. Excuse me. But yeah, that would be quite ironic. That would be quite ironic indeed. All right, well, that is it for tonight. I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in every day. I truly appreciate it, and so I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. So, like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of DC content and movie shows and video games, please click the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.